Well, I'm glad you brought that up. I got some other stuff here for you.
Awesome.
Sure. Uh, yeah, national debt clock. I've showed you this
Whoa.
before. I refer to this quite a lot, and it's some of the stuff that I'd like to talk about at some point. We gotta talk about silver and gold, and if we want to kind of spread our wings away from crypto a little bit. But this right here, this is this is right off the Federal Reserve website. Okay, and you see this right here. Remember what I was telling you about?
Yeah.
See where it says discontinued?
Yeah.
This is the information that they're not sharing no more. This is the U.S. money supply,
Holy.
and you see what's happened and this stopped February 1st. So this isn't counting the other stimulus. So see where my little cursor is?
Yeah.
We should be right up about here now.
Well,
And just to get, I mean,
that is a
just
hard
for
wall
people
right
to,
there.
yeah, just to get a visual of really what what they don't tell you, and what print money, what to expect. Prices and goods will skyrocket, particularly in the grocery store and stuff. And you're already seeing that.
Yeah,
You're already seeing that right now.
for sure.
You are. Loans are going to be easier to get because they're going to encourage, the borrowing, borrow, retirements, savings, devalued, blah, blah, blah. This is all the same song and dance that, and again, with the national debt clock and this, this keeps going up too, right here. You can see my little cursor, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, this is the paper to silver ratio. Okay, that's like futures, derivatives market and stuff like that.
Okay.
So for every 1 ounce of silver, there's 188 and a half paper derivatives. For every ounce of gold, there's 86, 87. I wouldn't be surprised if some of these things start to disappear on here too, because they don't want you to see them. Because the total national debt is over 28 trillion now. Look what we got down here. This was newly added not that long ago.
Dollar to
Dollar.
crypto ratio.
Yeah, who's watching that stuff now? But this right here is what I want to kind of focus on a little bit. And
Okay.
I'll show you some other things. Just the paper derivatives, we've been over that, how manipulated it is. And this is money metals market or whatever. This is what a silver, an American Eagle is going for right now. That's physical silver in your hand. You know what
Is
I mean?
that
Or
is that 1 ounce or no?
that's an ounce,
Okay.
37.
Holy
But the
cow.
spot price they tell you is only 26. So that's almost a 33% above
Right.
for
Love spot.
yeah, above spot for you know what I mean? The most I've ever seen it was like $3-4. And that's when it was crazy. You're like, no, I ain't buying that spot price,
Right.
And that's if you're getting it directly from a dealer. If you try to get some of this stuff on Amazon or
Right.
you know what I mean, a Silver Eagles costing $50.
Holy cow. So I was
Well,
buying
right
before I knew about crypto, I was buying silver back in 2008, 9, 10, somewhere around there.
here.
And I think I was paying when I started somewhere between 9 and 14. I can't remember exactly where it was. But like I remember buying silver, buying silver, and just thinking it was never going to do anything, you know, which I never sold it. So I mean, I've still got some, but
Good,
at the
good,
same
good, good.
time, it's like I didn't even look. I honestly haven't even thought about the silver price in well over a year.
Oh,
You know,
Spark, you see these right here? These Australian Dragon bars or whatever.
yeah,
These guys right here. I was getting these. I was buying these off Amazon because I didn't when the spot price went to like $11 was the lowest. I was buying the whole, 10. This right here was probably like $300,
right.
and you see what they're going for on Amazon right now.
Holy crap. That's a lot of cash.
Yeah. Even the copper. You've been paying attention to copper.
I have not.
You have not. Well, let me help you.
The last time I really had my finger on the pulse of this is when the economy tanked back in 08. I
Yeah.
remember working at so I worked at a dump, and I remember there was a guy that came in a Home Depot truck that he had rented,
Right.
and he had all kinds of stuff from his garage in there,
Mhm.
and he had a spool of copper wire. It was like, whatever you put in conduit or whatever, and it was that big around, just like wires that were wrapped,
Yeah.
and it was as big as my truck tire, and he was throwing it away.
Yeah.
Guess what Sparky did?
Smart man. But
Yeah.
see the copper Liberty coins?
No.
$6.
No kidding.
$6 if you want to get them. You know what I mean? $10. This is just secondhand,
Right.
probably pretty poor shape.
Have you been watching the price of scrap metal lately?
Yeah.
What's that doing?
Same thing as the coins. Is going
Is it
up.
really?
But these right here, I bought a ton of these for 60 cents a piece, copper, and that was less than a year ago.
No kidding. Another 5. Holy crap. That's insane.
It's just another thing to kind of keep your finger on, and pay attention to it,
Yeah.
because
Well,
there's
it's always funny to me. I haven't followed this, but another thing that I used to hear about was, weren't they talking about taking nickels and no longer making them out of nickel? I don't know if they've ever moved on that or not.
yeah. Well, I know, I can't remember what year, but do you remember when they did that with pennies?
Zinc? No, I don't.
It wasn't
know.
that long ago.
Yeah, I don't know. So
It wasn't
pennies
that
aren't
long
copper
ago.
anymore?
What's that?
Pennies aren't copper anymore?
Not 100%. No,
No kidding.
no.
That's the
It's
thing.
the last time that they did it, and I can't remember the exact year, but they spent like I think it was like $1 billion in pennies or whatever, and it worked out to cost them 3 cents to make one penny.
No
And
kidding.
then that's, well, now we got to debase the currency.
Right.
Usually when this really lifts off and stuff, the penny's gonna go. Usually they make a larger denomination, like we have the $100 bill in the US. They'll
Right.
probably have a $500 bill and do away with the penny.
Right.
That's usually how it works.
So at this point in time, you think it's worth hanging on to pennies and nickels and actual?
Yeah, well, there was
Because here's the thing: if I find a silver quarter, silver dime, or whatever, I'm not spending that. I'm going to put that away and keep that for later, because that's worth more than the face value of
for sure.
Right? You don't find them very much anymore.
No, because everybody's doing the same thing.
Right. So
they have that for years.
So what I'm seeing here that I had no idea about is probably ought to start putting your pennies away too.
Maybe.
Which sounds crazy, but it's like, well, how many pennies in an ounce of pennies? You know what I mean?
What? Right. Hold on.
Have I told you my vending machine story?
No.
No. So I worked with a lady, and her dad was a coin dealer back in the 60s, 70s, and 80s. And we're walking down the hall, and the place where I work, one of the guys was getting soda, and he dropped a quarter on the floor. And my head and her head, we happened to be walking together. My head and her head looked down at the same time, and both said, "That's a silver quarter." And because you can hear the difference, you know what I mean? It's got more of a ting to it than the copper nickel clad. So we offered him 50 cents for his quarter.
1982, Spark.
Okay, so anything pre-82?
1982, a cents composition was changed in 1982 because the value of copper in one coin started to rise above 1 cent. Same story, same Some 1982 pennies are used at 97.5% zinc, and others are 95% copper composition. But so anything before 1982 is technically, and
I bet they,
there's a story out there where right when this was first going on, people were like rounding up pennies and making ingots out of it and and they're like, whoa, you can't be doing that.
but wait, Jim, who paid for those pennies?
Yeah, yeah,
Right? Yeah. It's theft.
it is. All right. Well, there's my silver and penny rant.
That's pretty cool.